Well, hello, everyone, and then some. The question is, did I get a trim? Prediction is still going. And we have one person so far voting nope. Another person voting, an invisible person voting yes. For 0 points. Goodness. I am trying to do a lot of stuff at the same time. One of them is cleaning off my main desktop screen. The other one is trying to figure out how to get guest star / stream together set up. It's because we're going to try that today. And I have no idea where all of these windows are. There's this one. That's gonna go down here. Cleaning up his main. All right, voting has closed. Put your pencils down. Wait, that's not what you do. That can close. Where do you go? Multi-stream. Multi-stream needs to go somewhere else now while I do stream together. And my current Twitch window is where? Twitch settings, probably this one. Yes. Okay, so it's been an odd morning so far. Not too many people that I follow are streaming. There's JD Does Dev and Oik. But a lot earlier, there was only one person live that I followed, which was interesting. I don't even remember what kind of content Ninja Gloppy streams. I just know that I met him on Irish John's stream. But Ninja Gloppy's live as well. Okay, so those guys will be running over there. This screen has this. I need to mute that tab. And It's Awake just went offline. Or maybe was never online. Who knows? Mute. Okay. Oh man, so many of the things. It's either your vote or no. All right, let's find out. Did the lion get it a haircutted thing? I don't know how you worded it. The answer is, I look the same. You wouldn't be able to tell anyway because my face is blown out from all of this light coming from this window. Hopefully by Monday, my second monitor will be fixed and we'll be back to facing this way, which hopefully means that I won't be as blown out. It's a recording! Look, I am not gonna steal Irish John's gig. His routine. I love that one. It's great. Me, I'm not great at that. But anyway, the answer is no. So, do I need to go and push the button now, Dukasoft, or are you going to push the button? How does this work? Teach me, oh wise one. Oh non-bot bot mod guru of masters. We did it! What does it do by my name? I'm on mobile. Good question. It is predicted nope. Whoa, it actually shows who predicted what? Does that only come up after voting is closed? Because, I mean, I guess you could see it in the vote itself while it's going on. But anyway, Mojo, you get your 10 channel points back. You win. You've got it. I'm gonna try doing something weird, which is to invite myself. Let me make sure that it's gonna display the right desktop and that the stuff on my desktop is the stuff that I want on that desktop. Nope, that's my AWS account. Y'all don't need to see that. The Yuns don't need to see that. That one gets maximized. All right, what else is on this screen? Discord is on this screen. That's cool. We'll still fall back to Discord if guest star doesn't work the way it's supposed to. And I am not seeing my bot updating, so I need to refresh and rejoin. Okay. Bot is now in the channel and listening to chat. Yeah, I thought votes were private. It's a recording though. Why? Yeah. Facing this way is bad for me because I turn into a very pale person. I mean, I wouldn't say bad for me. Just the camera is not picking up true color. It was just a funny test. Not gonna steal Irish John's stuff. Now, Irish John is amazing. If you guys don't know him, definitely check him out. There was a shout out for him earlier. If not, just find him. Irish John Games. Very, very easy to spell. John with a H. Let's go back here just to have that on the screen. Okay, so I am doing one test of Stream Together, which went where? Here. Okay, now I can join backstage. You might hear me twice because I'm also testing audio. But ladies and gentlemen, here is my desktop when I have what's it called? Stream Together turned on, audio source, browser source. And here is adding myself. Ready to push a guest to your stream. Yes, I am. Go. Whoa, it takes up the whole screen. How do I pick the layout? And are you hearing two of me? Guest star, no. Is your audio source muted or something over here, dude? Hey, dude. Okay, so I can definitely hear audio from that speaker. Which microphone are you using, Crisp? Crisp. Microphone Realtek high definition. Aren't you supposed to be using the built-in? Do you not have a built-in microphone? I don't think it has a built-in microphone. Hello, Emporium guy. Oh, also hello to everyone that is here. Mojo, Dukesoft, Dukesoft Spot, Mojo, and Emporium. Anyway, those are all of you who have said something, so I won't call out anyone that might be lurking. I don't even check for that anyway. The thing that I'm looking for is how to change. Oh, because it wouldn't be there. Change the layout. Bottom. Okay, so it goes like that. Can I make it even smaller? How do I make it smaller? I mean, I guess I could make the browser source itself smaller. Start group. Is there a way to make it go to the middle? Okay, something more like this. Scoot it over so it is in the middle. Okay. So I have no idea what this is going to look like if we get more people, but that's what it looks like when there's one person. So apparently I don't have a microphone, so let's use this one. This is gonna get weird fast. Animated Realms is taking over the stream. One day. Live coding. Hello, Peter. Oh, you're someone that I didn't add to my quick list. You've been busy, so I try not to bother you. Ever. What is new? So what is new is I am trying out Guest Star, or it's called Stream Together, but it used to be called Guest Star maybe? I don't know. But here we go. So I have a microphone set up on my second machine that I have invited to the stream. I need the audio device to be Realtek definition, high def. Cool, I can hear it. And then I need my microphone in crisp to be the USB mic that I just plugged in. All right, so here we go. I apologize for the echo, but I want to test the audio and all that fun stuff. Here we go. Audio? No audio. Microphone. Why don't you work? No transcript. Oh, right. The app has its own settings for microphone. And I told it to use crisp. There. Oh, I hear myself. All right. Mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check, check. That was really weird. It echoed. Awesome. So well, yeah. Hold on. All right, so what I was testing Freshwater Fern was Guest Star, or what is this called? I keep calling it Guest Star. Stream Together is what I mean. And I was using a second device to connect, to invite my bot, non-bot bot. So I think we are ready. Is this song actually Cloud9 by Phase Blaze? I think so. Is that what it says? Yes. Is this a song that you just know from radio or mainstream? It is on Slipstream, which is who provides the music for us. Oh, wow. Okay. I just like it. I like how mellow it is, and it's just good. But anyway, so we are farmers. Oh, yeah, that's the other thing I wanted to know. I have Guest Star only in this scene. So if I have my microphone going there, I'm actually going to mute my microphone and talk through that one so I don't get an echo this time. But I'll still hear myself, which is kind of annoying. And it kind of has this phaser sound now that we're talking about Phase Clan. But anyway, so what happens if I switch scenes to something that does not have guest group? Okay, so I thought you guys were hearing me. No, I realized it. I thought you guys were hearing me, and the reason that it sounded kind of like this phaser, you know, like the phaser effect that you put on instruments and voices and stuff on music things. Anyway, the reason that I was hearing it is because I have guest star popped up, and I still see and hear Automated Realms in the backstage area, whatever this is called. Briefly turned into a co-working channel. All right, so that means that I might not actually need this thing to monitor as well. So now you're just gonna get an echo. Actually, you're not getting an echo. You're hearing me here and here and here and here. I don't know. I can't tell. What's going on here? Anyway, guest star. Just monitor. I mean, just output. No monitor. Hello, codes. Konnichiwa. Alright, I'm tired of hearing myself. Alright, so if Automated Realms leaves the chat, then disappears off of the stream, and you can no longer hear them. Alright, phone lines are open. If you would like to join Community Day, what does our message currently say about Community Day? Hop into a voice channel room in Discord. So that needs to change. If this works, that's going to be our fallback. And actually, I'll do it both ways. Oh, will I? That might be chaotic. I'll try it both ways. Let's see. So we'll have the Discord channel, which you will see in the top left of your screen, all the way up there on the top left, whoever is talking via Discord. But the fancy pants way that we're going to start doing it from now on is I will invite you to stream together, which will have your camera and anything else that you want to display. Like right now I'm using my virtual camera for my camera output. Yes, stream together. So I'm using my camera for my camera output, and I'll send you an invite, and the invite will go to your Twitch. To your Twitch. To your Twitch. In the world do I get to Twitch? Which one of you guys is my Twitch window? Following. Open following, please. Okay, so you will get a message in your Twitch in the notifications box with a link to join Stream Together. Why is that so hard to remember? But anyway, so that said, we now have two methods. Let me know which one you are going to use, and if you are wanting to join via Stream Together, I'll send the invite. If you're wanting to join using Discord, hop into a voice channel and let me know that you are waiting in a voice channel, and I'll pull you into the stream room. And I'll also have hiccups. Cool. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter to me. So I'm pulling you into the stream room now, Peter. So I'll start my camera once I pull you in there, and then you'll be able to see live and hear me. Okay, here we go. Let's turn on camera.
Hello.
Mic check. Hello, mic check.
Sounds great. How about mine?
Yours sounds great. That's what I was checking.
Okay. I figured I was
No,
like,
mine sounds good.
you've been streaming, so you actually make sure your mic's okay. Anyway.
I think we should be equalized, though. They should hear you equally loud as me, I hope, according to my volume levels.
Speak stridently so that I'm not just muttering, which I kind of am in a muttering mood right now.
You are loud, though.
Yeah, it's just, with the leveling, I'm gonna every now and then get animated, so you don't want to level for the muttering. Anyway.
Gotcha.
So,
that's what you
Good
mean.
Friday.
All
It's
right.
been a month, roughly.
What about the month has been a month?
It's been a full month since I've been here, at least.
Oh, that's what
Maybe
you mean,
longer.
since you've been here. I thought you meant like it was a month. Oh, you will not believe.
Nah. I mean, yes, but nah, don't worry about that. Whatever.
Yeah, I just don't want you to ever feel like you're obligated to be here, but we definitely love having you.
Well, I enjoy being here, so,
Does this switch stuff root to Discord? No, it does not. Oh man. That's a real question, Mojo. So the audio will not, from the people that join via
everyone's
Yes.
so you can have two different rooms. What you could do is you could say like, all right, I'm entering the Discord room, and then we can talk, and then you say I'm leaving Discord room, and then you go talk to the whatever Twitch co-stream.
That does not sound very easy.
It's like a party.
Ew.
Like
that just made my body shiver.
Okay.
Being a social butterfly. Hello, Irish John Games. We gave Irish John Games a shout out not too long ago, but you know what we haven't done for a while for his stuff is give him a proper shout out clip. Shout out. What do we get? Roll the dice.
Give me a moment. This is important game dev work we're doing, okay? You don't understand. Why? Alright.
So you're not hearing anything from our camera, right?
I'm hold on. Okay, I heard the pooting noises. There we go. Well done. I had to.
Last one was a bit slippery, wasn't it?
That's a great clip.
That was an awesome clip. I can't commerce.
High quality.
Oh my goodness. And he still uses those same noises as channel redeems and ship fart noises when you win Feck Ship with Eat.
So
beautiful.
I have nothing to talk about. Someone's got to say something horrible in chat and we can react.
Yeah. Well, one great thing is Irish John resubbed. Why would you do that, Irish John? I'm subbed to your channel so that I can give you support. Subbing back to me is just like paying Twitch only. But I appreciate it. Thank you. But we have an anniversary now. What are we supposed to do to celebrate our anniversary? Do we do game dev for a day?
Have you ever
Sell us the best database ever.
Have you ever done any game dev?
Yes.
Have you shipped anything? I've shipped tic-tac-toe and Excel VBA, just so you know.
I have done one for a class project, maybe two for a class project, and a tutorial, an Emphenzia tutorial that I turned into an augmented reality version of it. And that was a lot of fun.
Nice.
Stop. I won't have this.
By the way, I'm half distracted because I'm patching servers and watching things as I patch
No
them.
worries. So
But-
I wonder what I could do to get the Twitch audio, the whole stream audio. But if we do that, then you're going to hear yourself and an echo of yourself when you talk.
Don't worry about it. Like, I will just do the thing where I manually unmute and then hear a bunch of echoes on my end if I speak.
Spaked, but I don't want to inconvenience everyone like that, even though you're willing, which is cool.
No. Well, the key is we just don't do anything. That's the never do anything. It's the easiest solution for success. Oh goodness. So, yeah. Oh,
What to do?
we got
what
nothing.
To do.
We got nothing.
Oh, I got plenty though. Just nothing.
We can
to talk
we
about.
can do code programming. Yeah, I can pair code with you.
Oh, okay. So what we've been doing recently though is design work.
Oh no. Okay.
Yeah. So actual UI and UX design. We've kind of stopped coding for a little bit so that we could redesign the financial management app, which currently looks like this. And we want it to actually look like an app. So I created a whole bunch of components and we were creating a dribble mood board.
Wow, mood board. Have you seen a mood board in real life?
No.
I have seen one in my entire life, and then it was interesting. Like whatever.
I mean, this isn't a mood board yet. It's just a whole bunch of designs that I liked so far. And then we could use FigJam to grab a few of them. So we're using all of our design tools. That's what I'm trying to get at.
So you're our UX man.
Yeah, I'm trying to get better at it. I'm not trying to be a UX man. I just want to get better. How does it sound when I turn my head to talk to you way over there? Do you still hear me clearly?
I hear it identically clearly. Say,
Cool.
Turn your head and cough again.
That's funny. Oh, hey, stop that. He wasn't talking to you.
What? Is this a dog? Is this an animal?
No, I don't have dogs. Cats only.
Yeah.
Why do you do this? Best Gantt chart tool at best. Nope, it's best database. But yeah, so there was one thing that happened on our Discord, which is Bob Ross was posting a snippet of using his language, a language that he's developing or creating or whatever. I don't know what you call it when you make languages, called Demilang, and he's wanting to implement a randomizer. And yes, I love this shirt. Let me move this out of the way because I don't need that anymore. No coffee, no code. And hi, Frankly Gamer. So he was asking for some help with it. Mojo responded, and Mojo, was your response actually, did he accept it as an answer? Because I told him that we might go over his code on stream.
It did. He got an answer. My halfway reading of the Discord says he got an answer.
Yeah.
Also, yeah. That's one of those things, like, we have zero chance we know how to implement random number generators from
Yeah. I was like,
scratch.
I kind of vaguely remember something about observing radioactive things, having a camera set up that's observing radioactive particles, and at an instance of time you pick the value of whatever it's looking at.
Yep. I mean,
That's it.
that's just asking too much. There was a guy on the Discord who was like, hey y'all, can we advance the state of the art of serialization technologies? And we were like, why are you here in this Discord? What brought you to this Discord to discuss that? Like, all is well, everyone is interested in what they're interested in. There's a mutual, like, figuring out what everyone is together as a community, and maybe we become the preeminent you know, Jason is bad. Anyway.
I don't know. I really like Jason though.
Yeah. Well, he didn't. Anyway, it's interesting thing.
He was close to replicating LCG for RNG, but I forget what it stands for. Linear congruent generation. So randomization based off of the number of milliseconds or something like that.
You know what? Hey, I have one thing to talk about.
Yeah.
Who is using Copilot or another LLM for coding? Like
Yes.
or for any task you
And
are.
anyone
I
else in
just
chat, tell us.
Yeah, tell us, because I am finally trying out Copilot because I do so little coding. I'm literally running server patches right now to install something. Speaking of, better check to make sure that thing's healthy. Anyway, so I do think, assuming it's all legal, and we'll see how that shakes out long term. I feel like this will be like an Uber thing where it's like, well, it wasn't really legal, but it wasn't really legal to set up a taxi service in every city, but y'all did it. So congrats, I think. I'm not sure exactly how that goes. But anyway, I think these Copilot type tools are going to stay, but maybe not. Who knows? Who can say anything these days? What do we got? Oh, you're coding. You actually are. Oh, you're looking at. Yeah. No. This is good.
I was just wondering what it would do. So, what features of Copilot are you using?
I barely know anything. I'm doing VS Code only because that's what I code in, because I do not do C# development 99% of the time. So like it's Terraform or a Bash script, a lot of Bash scripts, unfortunately. I even had to generate some PowerShell. But yeah, a lot of Terraform. It's actually not very good at Helm, even though it had access. That's the thing. Like I'm just barely using it. So I'm curious. There was actually a Visual Studio presentation while you were streaming, I think on Wednesday, and both Thindal and I were there.
Oh yeah.
It was random. We were both like, seeing you here. Anyway, he was there. But yeah, we were both trying to get some insights. I don't know, man. My brain's scattered. I'm patching servers. What can I say? I have used the Ask Copilot for sure. It's more convenient than ChatGPT, but I'm not. There was something you said before about Visual Studio. It's like the open documents. It looks in open documents, but not all.
Yeah, I was surprised about that. Like, it's very like it's probably looking at the one that has the focus, but sometimes it doesn't even get the context for that document. So I don't know. Like here it did, I think. Let's accept that and see what happens. Get icon URL. No, it didn't.
I mean, it still hallucinates or mispredicts. See, we've gone from like hallucinate being a word to now like, hey, hallucinating is too much. It's misprediction. Like, all right, fine. It's been a busy year, I guess, for LLMs. Oh, people are chatting, by the way. I have been reading. Frankly, is coding and Golang and React.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hope you're having fun with it. I know nothing about either of those languages. Well, not nothing. I know little about each of those languages.
Yeah. I have to patch a Golang project.
/ technologies.
I think next week, but I have no idea either.
Patch, you said?
Patch, yeah. I have to go update dependencies, clear vulnerabilities. And a lot of that is like just make a new build. But sometimes it's like these NuGet. Do you get pinged for NuGet vulnerabilities on your team?
Not really. I mean, we don't use very many. Actually, do we use
But
any?
like, Nougat, Newtonsoft is like one that shows up every 2 to 3 months. So like,
Oh yeah, yeah, and we're only
if
using
you're a-
system.text.json.
okay, well maybe that's why. Okay. Let me read. What are we saying?
Want to know what the hype is about Golang? Sure. Send it to us. But what we get, well, it's weird because we are, man, how do I word this? We don't work in silos, except that all of the organizations that develop their own methodology and solution for whatever it is, they create it from scratch. They don't really work with other teams until recently. And so now we're using a centralized way of doing our testing and all of that stuff. Not code testing, but what our software actually does for our customers. And we're using their libraries to do those functionality things. And so we'll get dinged on not having signed their DLLs in our app. It's like, what? And then if they have
desktop
vulnerabilities,
stuff.
we do. Yeah.
I don't know nothing.
So they pretty much package their solution, and sometimes we have an executable that we ship with our app that we unpack and then execute. Sometimes they give us a NuGet package that we get all of the code for and ship that with it, and then just use C# to launch it or to access it. Man. Getting dinged for stuff that they're doing, and it's like, that shouldn't be a thing. Would you recommend C# backend dev? Yeah, I love it. It's one of my favorite things to do. Do I keep talking over you?
No, I'm coughing. I muted myself coughing.
Oh.
Unmuted. Hopefully, you'll know if you heard him. So all is well. I also
Now you got my throat all tickly.
Sorry. Yeah, it's like a yawn. It's like a contagious yawn.
Mine is from exercise this morning. We did cardio, which usually makes my esophagus feel like it's burning and torn apart. But you never did answer, frankly, gamer. What is the hype with Golang? Or are you saying that you want to? Oh, you're learning it because you want to know what the hype is about Golang. Ah, gotcha. And look, Irish John has the lion emote, the only one that we really have.
I will confess, even with glasses on, I can't really make out what most of these emotes are. It's real tough.
Well, the one right above it is his smug face that was taken during a hilarious time on one of his streams.
Dude, that one is pretty clear.
Yeah. He was letting us know that he was right from the beginning. Should have just listened. And if we listened, we wouldn't have had our pennies in a twist for so long. And he gave us about 20 different smug faces, and it was turned into an emote immediately.
Nice. Well done. Well done.
So good, though. So good. Well done.
We covered Golang completely.
Completely beginning to end. Everyone knows what it is, how it looks, what it's used for, when to use it, when not to use it.
Done a few sample projects. Yeah, sure. And we spoke about React. That was a long discussion. You're like, yeah, we're good. Yeah, we're just working through it. This is
burning right through the tech.
Yeah. And we covered C# as a backend framework. We gave no reasons, but he didn't ask any. The questioner, he or she, did not ask anything.
Yeah, it was just, like, would you recommend it?
Do you recommend C? Yep. That's about the effort.
Yes. I think to talk about that then, the current most used backend stuff that I'm aware of, at least within Sagetti, is Java Spring. So I have no idea what that means, but that's the one that I keep hearing is being used for new projects, for existing projects.
Oh. Well, I mean, I don't know. I think it's really similar. Once .NET switched to Entity Framework, Thorium based, and like an IOC container, I think you might be surprised at how little they differ. The UI frameworks will be completely different, of course. The web framework, but I think you will be surprised at, because I mean, everyone, like all the frameworks in .NET are named in some version of a Java framework, like in Hibernate, Akanet. They're all like ports of Java frameworks. In Unit. Anyway, good times. So, this is the dregs of November. It is November 10th, where I am. Just want to let y'all know that. But anyway, it's just nothing's happening. I don't know what to say. Right?
Yeah, I mean, there's like a bunch of financial end of year stuff, but development wise, we kind of slow down, or we get pushed, one or the other.
And by slow down, you mean like there are no changes to your project. That's what I'm saying. Like there's
like what they did for us this year, which I'm really grateful for, is instead of trying to do another release before Christmas, and then they give us like 2 weeks forced time off, or 1 week this year, forced time off, and they're like, you still need to get it done and get it out. They're like, no, let's just wait until after the holidays and do the release January 12th, January 14th, whatever the end of that cycle is. Oh, that's coming up starting Monday. Thanks, Jiggasoft.
American Thanksgiving coming up. By the way, Frankly has responded. I'm just I'm gonna say graduated software developer. Did PHP in school. I think Cuke is like Keck. I'm not good on the lingo. But
oh
Keck,
no, me neither.
Now
I not even Keck. I've seen it a couple times, but.
And then he keeps using the word lag. It's fine. Looking for probably a job or something to master.
Language.
Lang.
Yeah.
We always have the N in there, frankly. Lang. Let's have the N. That way we understand. That's short for language. Lag is, the thing that I get in Counter-Strike.
Lang is the thing that people that haven't gotten good yet complain about. According to Irish on Games yet again. We should start a Feck Sheep Elite battle. Can we do that while you're not streaming? As long as your bot's running, Irish John? An IBR. That's how we'll do it. We'll just hijack his bot.
Oh yeah, .NET Comp coming. Yeah. I watch the videos. I'm the person who pokes through. And I don't watch all. I mean, I'll watch one.
I want to watch this one live.
I'll see you're the Blazor person, yeah.
Yeah.
I just get depressed when they announce technology changes on mine. Like Kubernetes was like, hey, we're deprecating the ingress API. I just got depressed. I was like, well, I was pretty happy with it. I guess I see what y'all are doing, but now I have a year and a half roughly before I have to replace everything.
Aren't you excited for these new changes and upcoming enhancements?
And the forced deprecation cycle. So anyway, that's the number one thing with Kubernetes. It's just like, well, they just announced this thing's deprecated, so you have 6 releases, which is roughly 2 years, honestly. And then and then it will be absolutely deprecated.
Oh,
And then you'll be out of support. And then when you have an issue with Azure like I did, the person kind of just gives you a weird look and says, allegedly. So
allegedly.
Allegedly. Dugasoft says auth stuff, hashtag, and then uses an emoji I've never seen before. It is science stream. Hey, I'm a fellow subscriber somehow because a Ganair gifted me. All right.
Nice.
So I can say Kevin Dance myself.
He is Kevin. Gosh, is there no way for me to route the... Yeah, that'd be really weird. Be able to route the audio output from one source to the audio input of another source so that it can come through. For example, guest star audio coming through on Discord, and then that outputting to the audio channel for Discord.
The reels, I mean, there used to be a product called virtual audio cables that you had to use to get any streaming stuff to work, and then OBS like took all the useful parts and put it just directly in OBS. But there was a thing called virtual audio cables, and it was definitely designed to do that and more. And I never mastered it, and of course I streamed like 3 times back in the day.
You know, I might have that installed.
Yeah. It's so icky. For me, it's so icky. That's all I'm saying.
I didn't like it.
I don't want to set up any home infrastructure. I don't know.
I'll do that eventually. Voice meter. That's another one. I think that's the one Irish John uses. And DFlux is in the waiting room. I'm pulling you in so you can mute the stream, and we'll do a mic check. DFlux.
My sound.
There. He said 2 words and now he's gone again.
He says, "Mama, mama."
I got a bad feeling about this.
Me too.
Hey.
It's okay though, Big Gamey. It is. Bye.
Microphone check 1 2. I think I can hear you
You
now.
are now checked.
I got a new pair of headphones. I've finally done it. I've abandoned Bluetooth, much to my disappointment, because I prefer Bluetooth extensively. But
What was the incident causing you to stop with the Bluetooth?
So it wasn't so much an incident as much as a series of incidents. So I guess I'm a bit rough on Bluetooth headphones. So I have 3 broken Bluetooth headsets hanging off to my left. And then I have my one I use for my phone, but the one I use for my phone is beautiful and lovely. However, every now and again, it just like mutes Teams. My microphone and my headphones just stopped working for Teams for like a good 12 seconds. So I was like,
oh, you mean temporarily? Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll just be in mid-sentence and everything mutes. So I went ahead and like, fuck this. So I went ahead and I have, because I have my DJ equipment plugged in via XLR to a little sound thing, and it has an audio out, and the thing only costs like a ridiculous sum of money. So I was like, why not just buy something, plug it in there, and stop using Bluetooth and see if it goes away? And so that's what I did. And so far it's gone away, and that works out nicely because I needed another Bluetooth a non-Bluetooth headphone for my DJ stuff anyway, so it has like a dual purpose. But it sucks because I usually like when I'm in a meeting, especially when I have my camera off and I'm muted, it's just like when I'm sort of listening into. I love like walking around and like doing a couple like push-ups and like fucking shouldn't swear. Just like I'll go clean the dishes or something. I'll go clean the counters or organize my desk or whatever during the meeting. But I can't because now I'm literally connected by a wire to my desk, which I don't like. I'd much rather sort of pace about and do stuff at the same time, especially because I'm invited to so many bullshit meetings.
My boss does that. He's big on connecting the Bluetooth headset and like switching the meeting from his computer to his phone, like depending on.
That's what I should do. I should log
Yeah.
into Teams on my phone, have that
Yeah.
Bluetooth one. Yeah, see? Your boss is smart. That's what I should do.
He is my CTO, so he is actually quite good, turns out. But he also has an incredible amount of
Surprise.
problems. One day we were talking to his wife in the car because Bluetooth, of course, switched to his car audio, which was funny. She's like, "Hold on, I think it's gonna reconnect." She's just and she's used to
There's
it.
someone
She's
with
married, so-
not non-clearance within earshot. Just so you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was, well, I mean, she was nice, but it's, we heard anyway. It was funny. It's a funny little, it's a cute little story relative to the ones you hear about sometimes. So anyway,
Yeah, no, but I am a fan of Bluetooth. If I could do more with if Bluetooth was more accessible, I would do way more because there's so much you could do with Bluetooth. Just think of just solely on like smart home stuff. Like it'd be really cool if all my lights were Bluetooth enabled, so when you walk near it with a phone, it just switches itself on. You know what I mean? Wouldn't that be cool?
yep, lots of home automation stuff.
But then you'd have to like put down some like Bluetooth blocking mats, so when you don't like walk along the basement and then all like the lights in the kitchen start turning on. You know.
I don't have basements. That's my secret. But no, that makes good sense. That makes sense.
He does have a basement. He just doesn't want anyone to see what's in it. So that's why Ray mentions he doesn't have a basement. Secret entrance.
Good times. So anyway, phone. Yeah, connect to the meeting on your phone. But there's also like we use Google Meet, and there's something called companion mode. So I don't fully understand what that means, but Google Meet, at least for us, says you can use companion mode to connect on both your computer. You don't have to choose either or. Of course, you could show up twice in the meeting too. That's fine, depending on what you're trying to do. But yeah, there you go. Think about it. We solved it. What else can we solve?
Next item.
I see that Ignite and .NET Conf overlap, so you can't go to both. You got to pick one.
What does
So
Ignite?
what-
Ignite starts on the 15th before .NET Conf is finished.
Is that a .NET conference?
I think
So
it is a Microsoft conference. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like a cloud Microsoft sort of non-developer conference. Lot of AI stuff going on in there. I signed up for a few things, but a lot of AI stuff and how to use Teams, how to use Cosmos DB, and all sorts of like how to build a chatbot, so on and so on. I think there's quite a lot of like the low code stuff. What's it called? The frickin' is it Power Apps still? I think they renamed it. It's not Power Apps. It's something else now.
Copilot. Everything has the word Copilot in it this year.
Yeah.
Yes.
Whatever it is, it's now Copilot. Whatever it used to be, just tag Copilot in front of it.
Indeed.
Okay, yeah. There's a lot of stuff.
So that's going to be like all next week is I'm going to start with obviously .NET Conf, follow along, hop over to Ignite, and then it's Friday. So week's done.
Yeah, what does Tuesday look like? I mean, Wednesday is what I said. 10 to, yeah, all day. Also.
Yeah. There's some interesting looking ones on there. There's going to be some interesting things. So I don't know how, like, for me, I'm just going to sort of somewhat be on Teams at work and just mostly do the .NET Conf and just kind of watch it and see if I can learn a thing or two. So I think last year I didn't pay enough attention and I was busy doing work stuff and I was like, no, fuck that. Why do work stuff? Let's do .NET Conf instead.
Yeah. I mean, there is definitely a way to justify that is part of your current work.
Right. Yeah. Yep.
Building skills kind of thing. Frankly says, I'm struggling to find a job. Every job I am looking for says you need 4+ years to be a junior developer. So just remember that even though they say that, Sometimes they do accept education as work experience substitution, so a bachelor's is equivalent to 4 years, 4+ years experience. And just a
Yeah,
tech.
and I'll say, you gotta. Like, you remember like when you were a kid? I don't know. I remember when I was a kid, and I would like my mother would say, "Sit me down," and say, "Hey, what do you want for Christmas?" Right, and you'd write down your Christmas wish list. And if you're really good, you got 1 or 2 items from said list. Like to me, a job application is like the recruiter sitting down and like writing down his Christmas list of all the things he wants.
Yeah,
in a
here's my wish
developer,
list.
Right, exactly. So you gotta remember. Remember how like you never got all your presents on your wish list because you're a greedy child? At least I remember
Not really.
doing that. Okay, well that was just a me thing. But the point being is
No,
like
I mean,
would,
I
like,
just
want
don't
all these-
remember.
Oh,
I
well-
probably did it. I just don't remember doing it.
Fair enough. But let me say, everyone that applies to those jobs, nobody has all the things that people want in those jobs. Nobody goes to those interviews with, yes, I've got everything, including things you need 2 years from now. Like, everybody is playing their best hand, and everybody's best hand is short of, like, the perfect developer. And so when they put out a job application that describes a perfect developer, know that no perfect developer is applying. They don't exist. I've tried. They don't exist. They don't apply. They never show up. So just know that's the case. You can, for me at least, in software development, like I would just start thinking back, and it turns out I did loads of software development and I didn't even realize it. So someone asked how long I've been using .NET, and then I remembered how long I used PowerShell, and technically PowerShell runs on .NET, so I counted that. I've been using PowerShell for like a decade. This was back in like 2019.
Right.
So that counts. But, for me, that counts.
So yeah, I agree. I've definitely counted my time doing VBA.
Yeah.
So, like I did VB6 and VBA many years ago, and then I eventually switched over to VB.NET, and then C# in 2013.
But I will say, for Franklin, don't bother applying to job positions that have the word junior in them. This is, for me, a misnomer. I was doing a job reference, sort of like a letter of recommendation, or what they call it, for like a person. And this person was like managed a whole like section of business, but her title was like assistant. And I was like, let's drop the word assistant and let's put the word manager in there, because you managed the thing. That's what you did. And it's like that. It's like when the people put junior in the title, to me, it's almost a little. I get what they're doing. They're like trying to find people that are just falling out of university, but it's like the regular mid-tier jobs require just as much experience as the junior jobs, and they sound a lot better, and they respect you more because you're a mid-tier developer, and you're going to learn more that way too. At least that's what I feel. So for me, it's like as soon as they put like the word like idiot in the title of the job, it's like I don't apply for that anyway. They might as well just put moron software developer, apply here. I was like, well, I'm not that. So I went apply.
It's a hot take, and I love it. Because I think you're totally right, by the way. I never thought of it as like, yeah, with junior, they're just expecting an actual moron. And once you're not a moron, then you're not a junior. That's offensive. That's a hot take. But that's basically what the job like title thing is saying. Like, we don't expect anything from you.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Like I'm
And
used
I
to
think a lot of... Sorry, go ahead. I keep interrupting.
I'm used to HR in federal service, where we have classification standards that say, in order to have this in the title, your job description must meet these criteria. Just doesn't happen in private sector. They're like, let's just name this position this because it sounds good.
Freedom and justice. Yep. No, I'd say the other thing is like not only is it like silly to... Well, I think they put the word junior in there because they almost like try and capture people falling out of college that still live with their parents, that don't have to like pay for like a mortgage and stuff yet, and so they're like trying to capture that audience. And by putting the word junior in there, like, we're gonna pay you less, That's the first thing it tells me. And we think you're a moron. Will you come work for us? And it's like, just to avoid those. The whole, it's not a scam or anything like that, but it's a whole. Like, you could be a junior developer for like 20 years of your life and earn less than a mid-tier developer on like his first 5 years of his career. You know what I mean?
I totally agree. And we should stop saying moron. We're saying they're treating you like a moron. There we go.
Yeah, they're
You can't
saying or
be
they're implying.
trusted.
Right.
Yeah, can't be trusted with anything. So
Yeah. Well, I like just demystifying words for me not over the years, but when I read like history and stuff, words now are a lot more convoluted and sort of customized for me than they used to be. Like I don't want to give it an example, but like I feel like things are so much more now sort of wrapped in esoteric, like connotation and stuff like that. I don't know, language stuff, I guess.
Just say PC. People try to be more PC, more politic, more polite.
I don't know about more polite.
Accommodating.
Yeah, accommodating might be the word. I would say dishonest, but the more PC someone is, the more dishonest they are, in my book.
we can agree that polite is a good thing.
Yeah.
So we came in from the top rope with the hot takes on junior developers. I like it.
Yeah.
What else do we got?
I'm sorry, I do hop in with these hot takes every now and again.
Oh, it's great.
Every now and again, he
it's
says.
compelling.
I'm only on Fridays. It's only on Fridays that I do this.
Only on Fridays, and only when you show up. Which is fine. Which is definitely okay.
Sure.
I mean, like, the thing that, like, I would like to do in future is, if we do have someone that does have a topic that they're trying to discuss, of course, having more discussion. But we don't have anything to talk about really today, so this is good stuff. This is working.
Yep.
Hot takes encouraged. Even just post one in chat and we'll just react. And of course we'll be offended, but then it's good for content.
First thing.
By the way, Napalm says hello and then says setting up new Mac OS, huh? So you're a Mac OS user. This is a .NET project. I assume y'all are doing JetBrains then, right, Napalm? Or maybe y'all are doing VMs, but I doubt it.
Pretty VS Code or whatever we've got over there. But the terminal in Mac is nice. The with the terminal in Windows is very much caught up. But I remember like the whole idea of like full screen in a terminal and just watching it output stuff was like amazing in like 2015 on a Mac, because you could like, just really sublimely zoom in and zoom out, and it was really nice.
Yeah.
So to answer,
I still
go ahead. No, you first.
I
was
still
going
don't know
to a
how to
different
resize
topic.
fonts. In the DOS terminal, the old school, where you go to like the window and say properties, but there's also a default properties, then there's a properties, and then you set the font size, but then you also set the font, and then it doesn't keep. Anyway, that's all I had.
Cool. I was gonna respond to Frankly Gamer. He said, do you think that zookeeping CRM or hotel CRM is a good project? For me, the first thing I look at are, what are the technologies being used? Are they things that I want to use? Is there room for me to learn a new technology, or do they expect me to already know this stuff? And how much freedom do I get in the job? Those are my top 3 things. And then I look at, all right, what's the project about? Because I could get interested in just about anything as long as they give me the things that I love to work with, the technologies I love to work with. Do you guys have any input on that? Like, do you take a different approach when you consider the type of work or job that you accept?
I think for me, I started working for a very, very, very small company, and that was a mistake. Now the second job, which I currently have to this day, in software development, primarily as a software developer, as opposed to doing software developer as part of the job, but wholly as a software developer, the second job, which I joined as a much bigger team of people. So I'm on a team of 7 or 8, and now you count. And so having a bigger team helped me learn and grow a lot better than being on the smaller team in a smaller company, and like you having, not a lot of people to play ideas off of, not a lot of people to bounce things and like hand off jurisdictions. So you handle this and I'll handle that. So I think joining a bigger team helped me at least. Like I say, I think I'm in the minority in terms of I think the lion here streamed amazingly, and he still does. When I harken back to those days when you were doing
Oh gosh.
at the Arsenal, and you would do more in a quarter than my team of 8 would do in a year.
Very
I was like, wow.
possible.
Again, it just has to do with I loved what I did. I loved the technology I got to play with. I had lots of freedom. They paid me nothing, but I stayed there for a really, really long time because I absolutely enjoyed the work and got stuff done, apparently. So much so
I should
that they're like,
ask for a
hey,
raise.
could you do more?
Yeah, I should ask for a raise, because I think I'm still getting paid fairly close to what you got paid back then. Obviously, a little bit more experience now, but for instance, for when I got, so I should think I should ask for a raise. I don't know, like when I Google up like, hey, .NET developer compensation, it always like spans anything from like 120 to something ridiculous, to like way down like the 50s and 60s and 70s. I never know what a decent compensation is for a .NET developer.
I don't know either.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
And I think there was a good article, I will post it, about trimodal salary software development. So I think there are many tiers. And just don't even bother reading it. Just look at the graph.
Look at the
and
pictures.
It kind of says
I
like
like
the
pictures.
graph at the top is very simple. It basically says like, if there's a public job ad, I feel like they're all the bottom tier. And then there's the rare job ad that's posted that's above that. But like generally, it just feels like if there's, especially if it's like on Stack Overflow jobs, this is where you kind of see jobs being posted and they're like on the lower end usually, or I don't know, does Stack Overflow even do jobs? That was where I would just get like a, anyway, all I'm saying is like, we're not FANG engineers at, tier 3 getting like this giant pile of money. And there is acceptable jobs at both, at many tiers below it. So anyway,
is there a English equivalent to this article that you want to show us, frankly?
did it not?
I think that he looked at data in the Netherlands, or he was in euros at least.
Oh, it was missing.
Yeah, just whatever. And it's so vague anyway. I'm not giving a range or whatever. The point is like, there's like FANG. Yeah, it was English. I'm reading.
You guys don't get the stream sounds. I really need a way to get it to go through, but you guys just got a trollolo song talked over you.
Indeed, perfect.
Sorry.
That was Frankly. Frankly is, so you're asking Frankly to post a better, whatever. Yeah. Good times. Anyway, so I think the answer is both yes and no, DFlux. Like, yes, there are tier 1 jobs. Yes, there are regionally competitive jobs that will just blow away your standard job posting, and they're real, and they exist. And then there are FANG jobs, of course, and people who compete with the FANG companies. So, so the answer is yes to everything, in other words.
Yeah, like I'm looking up average .NET software developer, and it's saying like 80,000 is the average, which I'm like, that's kind of low.
Nationwide or in your state?
I just Googled it. I guess I don't know what data set they're pulling from. I just literally the first one that came up.
And if you go to levels.fyi, it'll be all the FANG competitive companies, which maybe you should apply for, see if you can get in.
I have a rule against that anyway.
Okay, fair enough.
Oh. Show me salaries, dang it.
Yeah, this is the first one that popped up for me. I just linked it in chat, and I say that's the one. I love it. Like opens up, and on you, it's like much more, higher. It's like, wow, this is
Oh
one
yeah,
line.
someone else opens in. It's like 120.
There you go. So that's what I was looking at, and it's about 80,000 is the average according to that, which is based upon 1,200 job application.
But yeah, you know what's weird is when you look at the different titles. So you get software developer is one, you get senior software developer, which is another. Jeez, it didn't just take us to the thing. And then you get software engineer, which is a lot of people just equate software developer to software engineer, but they get paid more as a software engineer. Application developer.
Yeah, it's all about the titles. The titles game.
Yeah, mobile's randomly low, I think, or it was for a while, even though it's...
Oh, mobile developer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, full stack developer is another one. Nothing came up for mobile developer. That's crazy.
Mobile applications or senior. Full stack software developer.
Whatever.
All right, do a DevOps. I need to know. DevOps engineer. It's important.
Oh, you see, I put it to this one. Which we have DevOps engineer 1, DevOps engineer 2, 3, 4, 5, DevOps engineer manager, DevOps engineer manager senior, DevOps engineer expert engineer, DevOps intermediate engineer, DevOps principal engineer. So many.
Hey, I got to choose my title. I'm principal.
Oh, you're principal?
Yeah, because I get to choose SQL developer. See, and that might be because if you were expected to do report writing only, what I call report writing, you literally only need to know SQL and whatever tool you're using. And that is a lesser skill set, but it doesn't mean, it just means you got a bad job. That's what it means to me. Because if you can deal with that, you can probably handle programming on a team. So what do we got? Frankly's asking, he asked for SQL. Oh, you did do SQL.
Paying attention.
And project managers get paid. And maybe can you do product owner, project manager,
POs.
product manager? I'm curious about all of these.
Specified general.
Because I feel like
Bye.
Oh, he cut out.
It was nice to hear you for a minute.
DFlux, you said, I feel like, and then you completely cut out.
No, he said, I feel like.
Yeah.
He sang that last note.
Yeah.
All right, and what was the other one? Product owner.
Yeah.
So there's product owner.
Okay.
Here is project manager for engineering specifically. And what are they counting as engineering? That's a hard one, though. Because that's not necessarily software engineering. That could be a project manager for an engineering project. Like, I don't know what's engineering projects. Mechanical engineering, architectural engineering, civil engineering. Thank you. Project manager for IT, specifically comparable to a product owner. Project manager for unspecified, much less. For general project manager. And product manager. So for those of you that aren't aware, there is a difference between the product manager and a project manager, where the project manager is the one that's doing all of the assigning work to people and saying, here's how we're going to accomplish these tasks, here's the directions. The product manager is saying, here's what I want done. Here are the... Oh, did he actually drop out of the room? Dag.
Yes, he did. So he had a hard crash of sorts, whatever that was.
Whoa.
So.
Try not to at me too much during the stream. Oh, man. Oh, wow. And yes, you can post in any of the rooms that you think are appropriate. Just use your judgment.
Frankly, I can definitively answer your question by saying I don't know what it will take to apply, which is why my only advice to you was get the insanity wolf attitude.
Oh yeah, tell us
You are
about
going to
that.
bite their
Tell us
heads
about
off.
that.
You are going to attack the prey that is the job market. You are going to apply hundreds of places. You're going to pee on every tree. So there you go. That's all I have. Mark your territory. Maybe literally when you're going in on this job hunt, like, hey, whatever it takes. Just try some applying, maybe burn some bridges by applying too soon. I don't know, man. But I really have no good advice for getting into the industry. No good advice, but it looks like you're on a good path of like looking at job postings in your area and kind of targeting.
Yeah. For me, like, I have a probably common story, but it's not the typical story. I don't know. Where I was working as a completely different job while I was going to university. I was doing some technical stuff with that job where I was, like I said, using VBA to automate spreadsheet stuff specifically. And from there, I was like, I'm going to university for programming. So is there any opportunity within the people that I was working with? So I was working federal service for me to do actual software development. They're like, yeah, here's a developmental position where you go work for 3 months with the actual software developers that were making our human resources systems. So I worked with them for 3 months, came back, went back a second time. So I was able to add that to my resume. I met a couple people there. Through that, I got my actual private sector software development job after 13 or 14 years of working federal service. And then from there, I continued to, I was in at that point in time, so I could apply for other software development jobs and be able to get them. But if you're just fresh out of college, there are programs that you should probably look for. I don't really want to stress one company or another, but I'm going to use this as an example. Sogeti has a college hire program or a new grad program where they will just take your resume. I could send it to them if you wanted me to, but research them, see if it's a good fit for you.
Yeah, they may have a Dutch office.
Yeah,
right?
True. Yeah, Capgemini is global, so yes. I mean Capgemini.
Is that how they?
It's French. But anyway, so those are things you could look for. Find things that are targeting specifically FOG? No, FOC. FOC, fresh out of college.
Sounded thought I heard something, and I did in fact hear something, but never mind.
But anyway, fresh out of college or college grads or whatever it's called. Oh man, that was a lot of text.
Good luck, frankly, and remember, you are the insane wolf, and you will bite people's heads off. Attack randomly, keep them on their toes.
Keep them on their toes. Yeah, use chaos. It'll work in your favor in this case.
Sure.
Another suggestion that I gave that I would have probably taken myself is if you're just wanting to get into the job market, don't be afraid to apply for things. So DFlux gave the warning, don't apply for things that say junior in them. I disagree with that. Of course I do. You still can, just don't expect to be treated or paid as a higher level developer by title, even though your skills may be higher than what they're expecting for a junior developer. But it will get you in the door. You might have to suffer through it for up to 4 years, but then you will have that 4 years of experience and you'll be able to apply for different jobs. Someone else gave the advice not too long ago. I can't remember who it was, but change jobs often. when you first start off, because each job change you can ask for more money if you aren't getting internally promoted, which is, there are plenty of positions out there, but that also runs the risk of, if we hire you, are you going to stick with us? So I don't know about that advice. Think about it yourself. Do you have any takes on that?
No.
Nice.
I'm not good at it. Not good at this whole thing, and it's all good.
Yeah, I wanted to
I'm in a
read
good
that.
spot right now.
So Napalm's non-flexing flex was, I gotta tell you, I won't say what, but as a principal, I am handsomely paid for where I live. I am now at the high end of the spectrum from what I understand. Yeah, within my team, I am probably the second highest paid, which is just sad because I think I get paid more than our project manager.
Hey, you're doing the work. They're just pushing paper.
Supposedly,
by the way, I do have to
allegedly.
bail soon. Bailing soon.
Aw.
I
Okay.
could just hang
Understand.
out half sentence like DFlux, pretend it's a computer issue.
But I get
That's
it.
right.
On that though, our PM does do. He does take some of the bugs. Like he's working on an audio issue right now. So he is a technical PM, which is awesome. Although very interesting.
Second highest paid dev, but I'm also the lowest paid dev. Mojo, that's yeah. There's two of you. What I'm hearing is there's two of you, and you're on the lower rung. But if there's a third, that's why you got to push to hire a third.
It almost
person.
made me spit my water out with that. I said what I said.
Frankly, I don't know. Looks good. How do you like that?
Should I learn?
Just do it. Insanity Wolf and then Nike logo. Just do it.
If you learn C#, you will be learning .NET in general. C# is built on .NET. You'll understand it as you do C#. SQL is a technology you can learn alongside your .NET journey. And then JavaScript, you don't have to learn if you're going to be a .NET developer. It's good to know. But if you are pursuing things like React, definitely learn JavaScript. So the answer is yes, in short.
There you go.
And I think that's what you
All
said.
right. Yeah, I have no good advice. That was my answer. Yeah, dude. You guys getting paid? That was a great meme. I will yeah. There's a few go-tos. The you guys get paid is a pretty great one. I have no idea what show it's from either. It's a great reaction gift. Anyway, or whatever, great
Double your pay.
progression.
Are you about to do your stand-up and then head?
Oh yeah. Yesterday, I'm just gonna hang up right after this, by the way. Yesterday, I patched some Elasticsearch servers. Today, feeling lazy, a little unmotivated, but I'm gonna power through. And you know what? I will not show up again probably for another month. That's how life goes. All right, no blockers.
Awesome. Well, thank you for hanging out with us. And he's gone. Zoom. Oh my goodness. He went. Anyway, wait, you do your stand-up standing on sitting? Yes. Absolutely. Napalm says, it's been my first week at the new employer. Right, you started, but literally all LMS training and computer setup. So LMS, isn't that a specific training platform, which kind of narrows down who you work for? Or is LMS actually just in general the name of the training delivery systems. Oh, learning management systems. Okay, so you're using the general term LMS because there is a product called LMS that is used by various specific organizations. But yeah, okay, so I looked it up. It's everywhere. There are different not implementations, different products that are LMS. I will have to ban you for that, Mojo. You don't even get a timeout. You all capsed once, and you haven't all capsed repeatedly. This is my world. Canvas, Blackboard, Moodle. Oh, I can get rid of these now. That was cool stuff. So yeah, phone lines are still open for another 25-ish minutes. Thindal is here. You are in the Hangout waiting room. Are you ready? I am pulling you in. You can mute the stream so you'll hear in Discord. And a mic check, please.
Was that a good mic check?
Oh. Now it is.
Oh. Hello.
Hi, Thindal.
Hi, how are you?
First community day you've been on since your presentation, I think, right?
I do believe so, yeah. I do believe
Tell us
so.
about it.
Well, I don't know, I think I kind of overflowed my nervousness meter. From 255
okay.
back down to 0.
Oh, right. Because we were going to talk about it during the last stream over chat or whenever it was that you were here, and then you're like,
Yeah, probably, yeah.
And
But I got
hard.
the, well, yeah, once I started
I got a bad
talking,
feeling
it
about this.
just kept going. It was fine. It went really well. I got the questionnaire back. I got some very constructive feedback. I got one very bad feedback. And if you look at it was 4th grade scale, if you say that 1-2 was good and 3-4 were bad, I got an 89% approval. Which I think is kind of nice.
So what was your topic?
My topic
it's
was
really
when I'm
bad that
streaming.
the guest speakers in Discord can't hear when everyone is spamming
No,
the sound
you
alerts.
can't hear anything from the stream elements or anything. No, my topic was the
Correct.
same thing I'm streaming. It was how to think and architect and plan a migration from Framework over to Net 7. And since I'm redoing some things, I'm changing the title to Net 8. And hopefully that will be the last time I need to update the title, but we'll see.
Nice.
We'll see.
Oh, so looking forward.
Yeah, it went
to
really well. I got
Yeah.
one really weird feedback. That was more PowerPoint. Who the heck wants more PowerPoint? Yeah, I had 20 slides for 50 minutes. But no, that wasn't enough. They wanted more.
They want you to use Copilot and generate more slides. That's what it is.
Probably, yeah. Nah, and some people wanted some actual code, so I'm currently writing a template for a live coding segment.
Cool.
Yeah, standing on stream, actually doing it. I'll have multiple.
Like that's the good thing
project
about streaming, isn't it? You're already used to doing live coding in front of people, so doing it on a stage.
Yeah, and on the stage, I mean, it's even more planned because I know what I'm gonna do. So I'm setting up a solution with, application before anything. And then I'll have, NuGets and everything downloaded. So I'll have a, prepared project with the NuGets I need already installed in case of the internet sucking and such. And then I'll write that, keep going. And in case everything goes to poop, I will also have, the finished project
product.
It's
Right.
ready to run if you want to show that.
And like when you came up with that, did you just like decide this is the right way to do it, or did you follow a recipe for preparing
For
your
the
presentation in that
live
way?
coding
For the
template,
live coding? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I've watched a couple, and well, the fact that I need so many NuGets kind of meant that I want a prepared version as well. It won't be coded, it won't be changed that way, but the new project will be there, the new NuGet packages will already be downloaded and installed. And then a finished project is also almost always there as well. You know, just in case something goes badly, you can always just, okay, so that didn't work, but here's the code that I know works. Right? And then you release the code on GitHub as well, so everyone is happy.
Yep. Yeah.
NuGet.
I like the whole
The NuGet or nugget?
the proverbial. It's NuGet. The proverbial. Will this be recorded? And it's like it's a conference. Of course.
The session, yeah, it was recorded. It's not released yet. Yeah, just.
But I'm just saying, you always get that proverbial question, and it's like, yes, it will be, of course.
I'll give you the link, but just to remember, it was the first time ever I did something like this, so there are issues, but it's good enough. Hey, DFlux.
My computer decided to be a great time to crash.
Yeah, you were in the middle of. I
Welcome
feel.
back.
Yeah, but it was funny because it rebooted back into the did a blue screen, did this whole like writing things to memory or writing things to disk or whatever, and then it rebooted into my BIOS or like UAF whatever it's called. And I was like, well, that's not good. No. So then I hit Control Delete and I walked away and like made myself a nice pot of tea. It's currently sitting over there now. And I come back and it's rebooted again back into BIOS. I'm like, oh, that's really bad. So I went like through the BIOS settings and like hit like the exit and do not save
normally or whatever it's called.
And it just put into the OS. So you know that was my little scary moment for a minute.
Release it
That's
now.
good, at least.
Right now.
So for now I'm back in business.
Yeah, I hate blue screens. Let's just leave it at that. They are terribly, terribly anxiety-inducing.
Everything of mine is all backed up. It's just the bother,
wood.
you know.
I haven't had one in a really long time. Can I say that? Yeah. Did Thyrobius blue screen?
And that's why they're so nerve-wracking these days. I mean, back when you got them like once a week, something like that, it's like crap, something went to shit again.
The course.
But now when you get one, it's like, oh shit, something is really bad.
There's actually something bad happening.
Yeah, because XP will blue screen for everything.
Yeah, I actually
you have the blue light blocking
glasses. XP. I hated XP. I stayed on 2000 until it stopped getting supports or updates. It went out of support. And I think I had like half a year on XP, and then I did something that a lot of people hated. I went straight to Vista, and I didn't even hate Vista. I thought it was better than XP. XP looks like a freaking child's toy.
For shits and giggles, I was going through my old stuff, and I had like an old Windows 8 USB, like it was a disc, right? It was a disc, and I had like an old laptop. I was like, hell, let's install Windows 8 and see what it feels like. And it feels like I installed it, like, this is amazing. I should do this today. And then updated to 8.1. I was like, this is even better. I would love to have
Windows 8.1.
Yeah.
Hey, Napalm. Here's the thing with 8. It was way ahead of its time. Today, when there are so many laptops with touchscreens, 8 is, the whole UI thing is actually a really good idea. But for using a keyboard and mouse as your main input, it was horrible. It should have been, here's one option, and then you have the, normal start menu option. And then it would have been great with the tiles.
Yep. They honestly, again, all things, you can't ever predict these things. You don't really know. No. But that was just one of the things where, like, same with the Windows Phone, they just didn't see it through. They just gave up too early, and so that was that.
Yeah, I loved Windows Phone as well. Maybe I'm weird.
No,
Probably
it
the
was
best
like
phone OS
the
I've
whole
ever had.
like the whole concept of having an app. I get like what they're trying to do is they're trying to like basically separate out all the development needed for a device. Because remember back when iPhone was released in 2007, the original iPhone didn't have an app store. It was
No, it
just
came in the 3G, I think.
right. Yeah, it had just the default apps that Apple put on there, and I remember reading Steve Jobs opposed the idea of having an app store. He did not want an app store. He wanted to come up with like a web Ajax thing
Mm.
that basically.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yep, we have how today we have PWAs, progressive web applications. That's basically what Steve Jobs was asking for back in 2007. He wanted
Yep.
basically ability to install a app that sort of runs in sort of like a browser-esque thing, but he didn't want to be like he didn't want the responsibility of managing an app store, which is kind of ironic because obviously that became one of the sort of big things about iPhone was their massive app store you could have way back in the 2013s and so on.
Do you remember what Steve Jobs said on stage when they announced the App Store?
I do not.
This will. That was a very open question. He said that this will never be a profit driver for Apple. We will take the money that are required to uphold the infrastructure and make sure that the App Store works, but we will not be like, aiming to earn a profit from it. Today, the App Store is Apple's biggest single source of income.
Profit making.
Yeah, profit making.
Profit maker.
Yeah, I remember.
So
reading...
that went so.
Yep, I remember reading it in terms of like Steve. I guess I forget the other. I'm not sure if it was Wozniak or who it was that really wanted an app store and eventually won him over on it. But he opposed it throughout.
I think Wozniak was out of Apple at that point.
Yeah, I forget who it was.
Yeah.
But anyway,
and in case you guys, real quick, in case you guys are wondering what's going on, today is Community Day for anyone that just came in new, and thank you so much, Cone Codes, for the wonderful wishes. My coffee was amazing this morning. I need more. I want more, but I won't have more. We're having Community Day. If you want to join, there's information in the chat from a bot that tells you how to. And we have about 20-ish more minutes of our shenanigans for today's stream.
I was late,
go ahead,
but I'm here. Do you want to hear something really dumb with the Windows 8 UI, though? Just jumping back to that.
Sure.
Windows Server 2012 had the same UI. Which is fine. I mean, it's built on the same kernel since... Yeah, from 2000 forward, all the Pro systems, both Windows Server 2000 and Windows 2000 Workstation, same kernel. But it had the same UI when you want to launch something on the server.
Yeah, I remember.
How do you normally interact with a server?
Well, back then they were trying to get us out of it, but back then it was like remote desktop.
Yeah, it's still remote desktop. Unless you do, like a core server with only PowerShell, but most of the time it's remote desktop for a Windows server. Do you know how remote desktop works?
I mean,
as in like the whole mechanism for...
Yeah. Do you know how X11 works? Because it works in the same way. It basically sends a command. There's a button here. Put a button here. There's a text here. It has this text on it. Put that on screen. So it sends instructions, and your computer actually renders the stuff locally.
Right. Yeah. That was one of the really cool things about remote desktop.
Yeah. RDP, or Remote Desktop Protocol, never ever had support for the Windows 8 or Windows Server 2012 start menu thing, which meant that as soon as you touch the Windows key, it had to render a bitmap, then badly compress it, send that image over the network, and then render it at a client. And as soon as you moved something, like literally you moved your mouse, it re-rendered the image and sent it over. Then you hovered over something and it re-rendered the image and sent it over. And you hit a key, you re-render the image and send it over. It is so slow to try and open the start menu on a Windows Server 2012 over RDP. It is not even funny.
I have
It is
a question.
terrible experience. Shoot.
And I didn't mean to interrupt your story. Have
No,
you
I'm
ever
done. I'm
had
done.
the situation, like this is like Murphy's Law at its best. Have you ever had the situation where you're typing something in a chat or in an email, or you're asking ChatGPT something? Anyway, you're typing something and you're about to push enter, and some side process decides this is when I'm going to do a pop-up and take your keyboard's focus. And so when you push enter, you just push whatever the default is on that pop-up, not
Mhm.
even knowing what
Happens
that pop-up
too
was.
often.
That just happened
Too often.
to me.
Should be illegal to steal the focus,
The whole
in my
the whole
opinion.
thing of like App Store and the way we have phones these days like makes zero sense. Like the whole like look, my phone, I use it for like 3 or 4 things and that's it. You know what I mean? Like I don't need, like I have 100 some apps on there, you know, but like 90% of the traffic that I intentionally go to it is like very limited. So you could get my screen, split it into 3 squares, and put information about each of those 3 apps, and that would cover 90% of all my traffic totaled, right?
Yeah, but
But-
that was like Windows Phone. Let's put the
Right.
info on the file.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought that was great. I really did think that
Mhm.
was great. And it sucks that they took away the tiles in Windows 11 because I even in Windows 10 I thought it was great to have.
I agree. And not a lot of other people do, for some reason. I mean, I had my banking app, and I gave it permissions. I had my current balance on my main account on screen all the time. I knew exactly how much money I had in the account. I could read messages without opening anything, like messenger messages or whatever. It just straight on the home screen. And if it was interesting, I could open it and read the details. You never used notifications or anything. It was just there.
Yeah, that's so much nicer. Even like the whole notifications thing is broken. I either have like no notifications, or like 482 notifications. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it just spams the shit out of me. I tried to disable everything from Discord.
Whoa.
So, I mean, literally, I get 50 notifications from Discord every single day, and I'm trying to find everything and turn it off, but I can't.
Oh,
Just keeps
I go through and I
rolling
mute
in.
you're gonna mute the server. That's how I do it.
What
But
is
Yeah,
this?
yeah,
right
but it
there
still
is-
keeps. Yeah, but then someone tags everyone, and it all goes to poop again.
Yeah, you gotta
yeah.
not go on the servers where they tag everyone. But no,
Mhm.
this is on screen. If you pay attention to the stream right there, this is the cursed 1-1 line during the blue screen. That's what he looked like.
Awesome.
Oh, nice.
Who
I would
knew
say it had
Halloween was
something
still
to do with
going?
your graphics card.
Don't
I
say
would
that.
hope so, at least. Let's hope so, at least.
Stop cursing me.
Yeah, no, Mojo, but then you have to go in again and do it everywhere. But I've started leaving servers that I don't ever interact on.
I have. I'm
Like,
the 100.
why am
100
I
server
in
left.
the why am I in a .NET user group from like Bulgaria? It was interesting one time.
Red
And I wanted to talk to someone, and then like I'm just still there. Do I really
Yeah.
need? Yeah, and that's an issue. I mean, I'm gonna be nice to you here online, but every single streamer has a freaking Discord server.
Yes, true. And I
Except
do
me.
say that a
I
lot.
have one,
It's
but I
like
decided that no, I'm not gonna push people
I'm like,
there.
if you already have two or are part of too many servers, there's absolutely no requirement. But this is a place where it's different than other servers because I try to enforce, or I don't know if enforce is the word, but stress that we are more accepting when people ask questions, when newbies ask questions, especially.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah. You have lots of Q&A channels, and that's great. It's like,
we're beginner friendly as well as advanced friendly. It's funny when you get the ping in one server about someone else streaming, but you're also in their channel. True, and we have that in ours, except that the bot is broke, or it doesn't actually tell you when the other person starts streaming, only when they end streaming.
I am quite literally, I just counted, I'm in 56 servers.
Oh, I was about
which
to say,
is like
I'm stuck
probably
on the.
40 too many.
I was gonna say I'm stuck on the 100. I'm always like have to leave a server to join another one because I'm at the
Oh,
100
jeez.
server limit,
Yeah.
and I struggle to delete servers.
Mm. It's like, yeah, but there are nice people here. I talked to them once, ages ago. I haven't since.
Excuse me, where's
But
my...
just because we're talking about it, I'm sitting here starting to leave some servers. Why am I in Streamlabs server? I don't even use Streamlabs anymore.
I have a few
But yes.
servers, but I don't actually go into them. But I definitely love to support people like Irish John and Big Amy. Big Amy's server is extremely helpful because he has a ticker essentially that says, "Here's some free assets. Go check them out."
Yeah, his is really nice. But again,
Super helpful.
there are so many other nice ones too, and everything you like is split up between them. But I try. Yeah, folders are a nice feature. The problem is that little red dot that you constantly have on Discord. And then you get a red number as well because you've specifically been pinged. And yeah. Then again, I mean, I can barely stand Slack, so.
Yeah, fortunately, I've never had to use
augmented
Slack, but
reality
I've
stuff.
heard things about it.
Yeah. Again, I think I'm weird, but I prefer Teams. But over both of those, I prefer Discord. It is the same freaking thing. It's just chats and voice calls. Good thing with Teams is, you know, if you're on a Microsoft platform, you get direct integration with SharePoint. You can connect straight into Office and everything like that. And that's good. Yeah, Teams. I know people hate it, but it just works. And Plus version is actually really good because you can change accounts now.
The company that I'm working, our client, they're completely doing away with Zoom functionality except for being able to do meetings in Zoom. Everything else is through Teams.
Why don't you do meetings through Teams as well?
But it's because we were using Zoom for so long, and so a lot of teams already have calendar standing meetings that are in Zoom, so they're like, we don't want to interrupt that.
That was one of the things I noticed when I would talk back to England from the United States. Teams handles that really well. Like I could do like a really good conversation with like good camera connection. Zoom, on the other hand, not so good. It's like clearly not so good quality for international calls.
Ooh.
Have you seen the Teams transcriptions features?
Yes. Yep.
Absolutely.
They are insanely good.
Yep.
So you just have a meeting, you hold it in Teams, and you get a transcription connected to the meeting in the calendar afterwards. Like literally, you get the name of the speaker and 99.5% certainty you get what they actually said. Might be, you know, like some filler words that are wrong, but it is really good.
And they finally did the thing. Where you can have multiple Teams accounts on the desktop app now. It used to be only on the iPhone, on the Android app, on the iPhone app. You could do that, but now you can do it on the desktop app, which they were missing for way too long.
Yeah. Napalm, it's getting better, but I can agree with the earlier ones, yes. And Mojo, the fact that they called the private personal chat application Teams was just dumb. It should have been called like chat or whatever, but not Teams.
Or toilet or something.
Yeah.
Or Dead Skype or something.
Because where else are you going to chat?
Since we're kind of raging on things here, can I say something that I think a lot of companies do really poorly?
Yeah, certainly, as long as it's relevant to our channel's content.
Oh, yeah.
And I think it is.
Yeah, it is. Everyone here knows Azure Active Directory, I hope.
No, I only know Microsoft Entra now. That's what I know.
Yeah, sorry. Same thing, different name. Yeah.
I was going to say.
Did you know they can have guest users?
Yes.
Into your AD. So, for example, your login at Sogeti, Umberto, could be used to log into my organization. I'll just invite your AD user from Sogeti into my AD. And I can set permissions. I can do everything like if it was a normal local user.
Okay, following.
But I haven't found a single large-ish company that does that.
I mean,
They
You
want
know,
you to
that's
have
one other
their
thing.
internal account with their
DFlux did
freaking
it
email address, and yeah.
for me.
Have
And
you
he's a
found
large
one?
company.
All right, so DFlux, you added one lines.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say that's one of the things that like was such a big miss for during COVID and Teams. Well,
Mhm.
it would be just so bliss if inside, and I know why they don't do it. It's probably because they get
B2B.
sued for like anti-competitiveness, or what's it like the not what do you call it? Antitrust laws.
Mhm.
There should be a button on Teams you can just go down to just under where it has apps, where you can say directory, and all other companies that also have Teams are kind of searchable. So like if I say for instance right now, if I'm a company and I want a mechanically made part or some sort of thing made, I should be able to search up a directory of companies, much like you have on Google Maps, but they all have Teams and they all work on Teams, and I can talk to them through Teams. And then you can go through as a company, and then you can then select. Well, here's our partner companies that we already do business with. And as an employee of a company, I can select from the directory. Who is the legal company that I go through, and then you just select it, and you can communicate via Teams and whatever. That's such a missed opportunity for me because I'd love to have the ability just to integrate into other companies and start like chatting
This-
immediately with like
Yeah,
whoever.
this
I
like-
mean,
feels
I
like a
kinda
great
did.
way if you want to get your gluteus maximus spammed off.
Well,
right,
aka your
like
ass.
right now, I'm on Teams with an organizational account with automated rooms, and I was able to connect to people in a different organization in Teams without an invite.
Yeah,
yeah,
you
yeah,
can, but that is a little bit complicated, which is dumb. It's the UX part again. It's better than Skype. Although, like, everything would be better than Skype.
I still have
Skype for
Skype for
Business
Business
was
installed on my computer.
atrocious. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
atrocious.
But I really liked Skype Communicator, aka Links.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
Link
but
before
the
Skype
one,
for
the,
Business.
the Skype Business before it was called Skype for Business.
Yeah, but the
links.
actual chat thing for Skype had a specific product name. That used to be Link, Lync,
Links, right?
or Lynx. One of them.
Yeah.
I
I never used Links. I never used it.
I liked it. I liked it a lot.
I thought I liked it a lot too, but the was it the frickin' 2010 administration was written in Silverlight, and it was really, really, really bad.
Silverlight.
Mhm.
That brings
Did
back some
anyone
memories.
ask or answer Mojo's question if what you were talking about, Thindal, it was B2B? Question man.
Oh yeah, B2B. Sorry, yeah, definitely B2B.
Random
Like
salespeople
you can,
ping me
you
like
have
it's
one
like-
organization that has an AD or a Entra, whatever. And you have another organization, and you can invite that place's users into yours. They can use the same login, whatever. The only thing is that the highest security rules apply. It's like if I require two-factor and your company doesn't, you will need to use two-factor when you want to access my organization, which makes sense. Which is also why I have everything, dialed in as hard as you can. I have a 32-character password and two-factor and no phone verification and stuff like that. I think the main issue that they're missing is that they can't join your computer into their MDM system, which some companies really want to do. So my solution to that was to spin up a VM instead. So they got to join my VM into their MDM system. But
Try
that is
my
also
VPC, wait.
like, it's such a backwards way when you can do it so much easier. And I mean, they pay for an email, they pay for a Office subscription, they pay for everything. I mean, it's peanuts, but it's still like $50 a month that they don't have to pay. And in some cases, I mean, they have thousands of consultants.
Right.
Some of these companies. And thousands of consultants times $50 is suddenly a lot of money.
It's like 12. Am I close?
Yes. Very
Awesome.
close. Yeah.
Nailed it.
Yes.
What's next?
Yeah, but I mean, it's I'm just complaining here and raging, but it's
Oh no, that's
dumb.
fine. You know what? I have a calculator.
Yay! Does it work?
It works.
Yes. That is many dollars.
See, look, it says 12.
But no, it is not many dollars. It is just 12. I require a
Yeah, I wasn't doing units and dollars.
currency.
I was just doing
units.
ununited.
Units.
Yeah, it was just 12.
But that's the next step. You need to add units so I can do, 5 pounds
crap.
plus 2 stone equals
Crap.
12 cubic centimeters. I don't know.
5 hands.
Yeah, Mojo, they keep renaming things. Microsoft 365. No,
Microsoft
it's Office. It's Office.
It's all still Office.
Yeah. Office
Building
with
the
some
next
extra stuff,
Wolfram
but
Alpha.
yeah.
You are coming?
I am actually really interested in the new
Or me.
Copilot. In
The one they're coming out
365
in
Copilot.
Oh, the 365. I was to say the new Copilot they're coming out in February. I'm interested in for the GitHub Copilot. You see that one?
Well, I have that.
No. This is different. They just announced it.
Copilot chat.
No. This is different. They just announced it.
Okay.
Was it last week at the end of that? They had a conference last week.
Mhm.
This is same idea, but it's actually going to take the entire scope of your application in as part of the thing. It's going to be $40 a month. It's going to be their like enterprise. It's called Copilot Enterprise.
Okay.
And they say rather than just like take right now, the maximum you can do is just the document. So I'll read the whole document and you can ask it a question in the Git Copilot chat. In the enterprise version that's coming out in February, they haven't released it yet. That's gonna take your entire applications. It's gonna like read the entire application, like the namespace and everything, and then answer your questions. Among other things,
that'd
it
be
has. But
nice.
that was the cool thing that
That would be
because
very
right now
nice.
it's sort of dumb, especially because in C#, in other languages it's not so true, but in C# it's very true. But we try and split things out logically. So like when
Right.
you go into like the model, you don't necessarily know what the database is doing and so on and so on.
Right.
But this way they'll have a lot more contextual information
Yeah,
about what it
that
is, and you can do like
context.
you can say cool X service and do this, and it will know to what service you're referring to, and it'll be able to read that service and then start doing some action or whatever.
And actually, Peter and I were talking about that earlier in the stream. He was like, is Copilot still doing the thing where it's only reading the open file?
Yeah.
In short,
Yeah, the maximum you can do is either A, selection, or B, document. They're the two choices
Right.
you have when you ask the question.
Yeah. I'm checking it here on Features Preview Copilot X on GitHub.
Yeah. I'm sure we can
Chat
see it during .NET
personalized to your
Conf.
code base, documentation, search and summaries, pull request summaries, code review skills, not sure what that is, and fine-tuned models, which I'm guessing is, better.
High
Probably
process
spending
with
more
small
compute per
businesses.
request than normal Copilot does.
Yeah.
Would be my
Awesome.
guess.
But
'Cause
just to prevent any
that's-
any further convo, we are close to the end of the stream. It's your 2-minute
Aw.
warning. So say the thing that you're going to say, DFlux. 2-minute warning.
Yeah, I was about to say it seems like that's the direction AI is going in. It's like all the free AIs are turning into like low CPU cycle like answers, and the expensive ones actually like taking in large amounts of data and thinking about it and actually providing accurate answers. So it's going to be a quest for who can get the most expensive cost to ROI AI. ROI AI. There you go.
Yeah. But I think that makes sense. I mean, CPU cycles costs money too.
Yes.
Well, you know what I mean.
Well,
For the
so
suppliers. So they
one
want
thing-
a free offering to pull people in, and then they want to make money somewhere.
Yeah, table this conversation. We'll circle back. One thing that I did see, and it was poorly done, but it was a good point, where the cost of AI is not necessarily in how much processing power it takes, but the environmental damage it does because of how much power it consumes to do all of these training models, looking up
That
stuff,
is
generating answers,
definitely an
etc.
approach
But it
to,
was
measuring it.
an interesting,
Absolutely.
That's what we're going to do. We've got to come up with a law. Let's pass the law. We get California to do it first. They always do everything first. That you have to own at least 5 channels before you're allowed to ask questions.
I like the data centers that use their waste heat for other things.
What are these variable names? They are incorrect variable names. That's what they are. So anyway, stand up. Stand up time. DFlux. DFlux, you lost audio.
Yes. I've learned a lot today. I work. Yes, I've. I want to report back that I've learned a bunch of stuff. I've done a bunch of stuff. I'm really productive as an employee of this company. Please don't fire.
Any blockers?
Yeah. Other people were making good points, so that was really problematic for me.
Jeez. All right. Thank you, Thindal.
Yeah, I haven't gotten anything done. I've mostly been slacking off and watching YouTube. But I'm gonna try and do better next sprint. And yeah, blockers are mostly me.
Dude, I like that.
Blockers are me. Motivation. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, exactly. I wonder what would happen if you went that way, you know, on a retro. Like, yeah, I haven't done much. I've just been watching YouTube. I think the
I've been watching a lot of videos about programming and maybe cars. And
at the same time, programming cars.
But anyway, thank you guys so much for being here. I do need to end the stream though. I am gonna.
Thank you, man. Take care, and everyone have a wonderful weekend. All right.
Yep.
Or afternoon, or both.
Yep. Everyone, take care.
Yep. Bye bye.
Awesome. Thank you guys for being here. Hello, Milkisa. Gravy. I love gravy. One, I'm taking a note from Irish John. One, if this is the first thing that you're going to do when you come into a stream, is just criticize. Probably not the best way to intro yourself. We typically are pretty cool, relaxed, laid back stream. But yeah, I hope you're just being funny. I'm trying to be funny. But anyway, yeah, thank you so much. Yeah. What's your raid suggestion, DFlux? Because I have not really been actively doing my multi-stream that I normally do during a stream. Practical NPC. All right, we can definitely raid Practical NPC. Let me get the raid up on, or not the raid, but the channel up on my multi-stream so that I can be ready for it and be able to hear. Unmute the tab. Unmute that. Who else is talking? You need to get quieter. All right, so we're gonna go to the end stream. Hello, Penier. Doing fantastic. I apologize, though we are at the end of our stream. We just finished with the Community Day stream that we do on every Friday. Actually, I need to mute them for now while I do my outro. We are where's my camera? That was weird. Every Friday we do a Community Day stream where I invite people from our community to hop into Discord. I tried to do stream together, aka guest star, but I then realized that if we have people in Discord and people in guest star, they're not going to be able to hear each other. Thank you, Mojo, for pointing that out. But I will be back again on Monday. I stream on Monday, Wednesday, Friday for 2 hours, starting 10:30 a.m. Mountain Standard Time currently, which is UTC -7. And we normally do .NET development. Right now we're doing a redesign of the stream app, of the app that we put together during the stream. And we'll continue with that on Monday. Other than that, we're going to set up a raid out to Practical NPC, who I'm sure you'll love. Apparently they're doing Godot game development, and I've seen their game a few times, but I haven't really watched their stream because I'm learning Unity, not Godot. But anyway, the raid is being set up. Feel free to continue joining or heading over there with us. I'll be lurking on his channel and Solo Solipsist, and Ninja Gloppy, and Irish John when he comes on in about 30 minutes or so. I'll be watching everyone while working because that's what I do. Feel free to join us again in the future. If you feel like hopping into any of our streams, feel free to join our Discord, and I will be posting this copy of this video to YouTube no sooner than 24 hours after I end the stream. But if you're interested, you can see the other more recent videos as VODs in Twitch if you can't wait. All right, that's it for me for now, though. I'll talk to you guys again whenever I see you, whenever you feel like being around. All right. Ciao.